And now, Freddie Weber.
Thank you so much, really, seriously, thank you for coming, it's great. I was born in a small town in Illinois, Beardstown, Illinois. I was the only child of a tavern owner. My dad had the Sazerac Tavern in Beardstown, and my mother was a waitress at the Mother's Grill in Beardstown. From my very earliest memory, I remember this feeling of being scared that I might blow away. I felt so little and so light, and I remember thinking that my stomach and my back touched, and there was nothing like in between, like to nail me down to the earth. And later, I kind of interpreted that as an adult, as I had a big fear of being nothing. And so my whole life, I tried to, glom on and be something or have something or do something, but nothing was like terrifying for some reason. Well, and it might be because my dad drank a lot. Of course, he had the tavern, and he was the best customer. And he was drunk, most of my childhood. And so he wasn't really a daddy, and I'll bet a lot of people here didn't have a daddy too. But maybe you all did, I don't know. But anyway, maybe that's why I had that kind of empty feeling. And my mom was always worried about him, trying to find him and stuff. So she wasn't really there either. But the great thing was that people in the town of Beardstown, which was pretty small, they really liked me, little blonde, little blue-eyed person. And so when they would see me, they would say things like, "What a cute little girl," and I'd think, "Oh God, that's great, who I am, I'm a girl." Look, and I'd glom onto that, and kind of put that in there. Cute, look, I'd glom onto that. And later, when they said I was pretty, usually, oh God, these things are great, they help, nail me down to the earth, I know who I am. But the best one came when I was probably 2 years old. I was in my parents' living room, and they were both home, and my dad was awake, and he was not drunk at that time. And I guess I was so excited I said something funny. And my dad said, "She's funny." And my mom says, "She's funny." And I remember thinking, "I'm funny." And that one changed my life. Funny. They really think I'm funny. I guess I'm funny. Now I know who I am. They're looking, they're laughing. I'm really feeling good now 'cause I'm funny. Now I know who I am. This is really fun. I just say something silly and make a funny face. They laugh at me, I'm number one. Funny. They really think I'm funny. I guess I'm funny. Now I know who I am. It's also very, very important in Beardstown, you have to work hard. That's the Midwestern ethic. So one day I set out in Beardstown with my favorite outfit on, my straw cowboy hat, like Hopalong Cassidy, my red cowboy boots, and my little red wagon, and I set out to get a job. I was 4. Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. I'll work real hard, you gotta know. Hi-ho, hi-ho. So I went to all the places that my mom used to take me by hand. I'm going to get the other mic now so that I can roam around. Hold on. I went to Huss's Men's Store, Long's Grocery Store, the State Bank with my little red wagon. I thought I'd get a job. I don't know what I was thinking. And I ended up at the Coke factory. Now that's where I really wanted to work. We had a Coke factory in Beardstown. And that's where I wanted to work, because I thought if I worked there, I could drink a lot of Cokes all day long. I love those Cokes. So I walked in there, and there were two adult men with Coke t-shirts on, and I loved that. I thought maybe I'll get one. And so I looked up at them, and I just said, I would like a job here. And they looked down at me, and they laughed and laughed, and I thought, they really like me. Oh, honey, you're adorable. Yes, we'd love to have you work here, wouldn't we, Corky? They were all named Bud and Corky in Beardstown. Yes, we would, Bud, but you know, right now you're just a little young. You come back when you're older, and we promise you we'll give you a job here, won't we, Corky? Yes, we will, Bud. And I thought, I'm coming back next year. I'll be 5, and I'll work for the Coke factory my whole life, and I'll make a whole lot of money. I'm working, making money. I'll have money soon. Now I know who I am. I'm cute and I'm funny and making lots of money. I'll have money soon. Now I know who I am. I'll be rich. My dad will be so proud. About that same time, I learned to play the piano. I could hear songs on the radio, and I could pick them up on the piano, and I could figure them out. So I got very popular in Beardstown, because the mothers used to ask me to play for all the kids' birthday parties. So I would play the songs I heard on the radio. Became even more popular in high school when I learned to sing and play at the same time. The kids would stand around the piano and listen to me sing and play, and they would applaud. I loved that applause. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross, and never be boss. Everybody join me. Everybody, you're the same age. Nobody else gives me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you. It had to be you. This worked so well that when I went to college, my parents sent me to an all-girls school, Stevens College, and I worked my way through as a waitress, but I also formed my own band. I found a girl trumpet player, a girl bass player, a piano player, so I never had to play the piano again. I could stand up on the stage with a beautiful gown or something nice like this, and with a big microphone, and sing like Doris Day. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you. We played for every single campus function. I became so popular at that particular college, they elected me president of my class. I gave the graduation speech. You should have seen my parents at graduation. They were sitting in the front row. They were so proud. I'm from Beardstown, now big CEO. I was really getting to be something. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to mama, come to mama, do. My sweet embraceable you. Now I'm out of college. I'm back in Beardstown, and I'm working at the Dairy Queen. Now, I was a little depressed because I knew that I had to get a job as an adult. And I said to my best friend, Mary Ann Steele, I said, I got to get something big, something different, something special, because I love that feeling, you know, when I was in college, president, and I had this band. So I felt like I was really something. And I said, so now we got to get something, you know, as an adult, but what? I got to get, I don't know, something different. So she looked at me for a long time and she said, well, I think then you should be a star. And I said, yes. That's it. But how do you be one? She said, I think you have to leave Beardstown. Oh no, do you think? Yeah, I think you're going to have to go to New York City or Hollywood. Now, you know, when you're young and naive, you just think, I'd never even been on a plane before. But I thought, I'll do it. Where is it? I'll just go. You know, you just have such nerve. You don't think about all the crap that can happen to you, which usually does, you know. So I was really excited. My dad, for some reason, gave me an airline ticket and a couple $100, $300, I think. So I went to the closest place to Beardstown, which would be what?
New York. Chicago.
A lot of people say Chicago, you know, but they would be so wrong. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are going astray. And step around the heart of it in old New York. So I got off the plane and I got in a taxi. Now I'd never been in a taxi either, but they're yellow, they're beautiful, and I was wonderful. So I got in. You just have to go, and I loved it. I just said, take me to the cheapest hotel in New York City. Don't ever do that. Because he did. Oh, this was bad. But you know what? I thought it was wonderful. I had a little bed, and a little sink, and the John was up on the next floor along with the showers, and there were all these strange women going in and out of rooms. But they were very, very nice to me. I liked them very much. So the next day, I had to get a job, Midwestern ethic. So I thought, I play the piano and sing, so I'll get a job in a club, I'll do that. Now, I have to tell you, I knew how to play and sing 20 tunes. And if anybody here plays and sings, they would know that, I know that's not much, but boy, when you're trying to learn that stuff, that's hard. You have to learn the chords and you have to memorize the words, and it's hard. So I thought 20 is good. So I looked at New Yorker. There's a New Yorker magazine, and there was a New Yorker magazine. So I just went down the list of clubs. It didn't occur to me these are the most famous clubs in the world. 21 and Macombo, and I just went. I thought that's fine. I'll just go down. So I picked. The last one was the upstairs of the downstairs. Anybody ever heard of that? Did you work there?
No, I didn't work.
A lot of people in this room probably did work there. Anyway, I probably didn't too. So, so I picked that one. I just said to a taxi driver, "Take me there," I said. And he took me right around the block. Who knew? So I walked in there. There were two maitre d's with tuxedos on, and they bowed when they saw me. And they bowed and they said, "Madam, can we help you, madam?" And I said, "Well, yes." I said, "I just got off a plane from Illinois, just fell off the turnip truck. And I would like a job here." And they looked at me and they just went, "Madam, this is a very famous club. There's a procedure here. You have to get an agent. You have the agent called Julius Monk. He's over there in that office. He's the owner and he's the director. And then you make a date to audition. But honestly, we're booked for months. People have been trying to get in here for years." And I said, "Well, I'm very good." And they just went, "Oh." And then Julius Monk apparently heard this, and he thought this was kind of funny. So he came out of the office, and he just looked at me, and he said, "What is your name, my dear?" He had a funny accent, kind of Southern, but English. Did you ever meet him? I said, "Freddie Weber from Beardstown, Illinois." And he said, Miss Weber, what they say is true. We are booked for months, and you have to get an agent, and here's my card. Have the agent call me, but it's going to be a while. So I'm so sorry, Miss Weber. It's going to be a while. I said, I know 20 tunes. And he just went. And then he said, what are you doing right now? I said, nothing, nothing. He said, how would you like to audition right now? I said, okie beeby dokey, because that's what we said in Beertown. Okie beeby dokey, I said. So he took me in the showroom, beautiful room with red velvet and gold stuff and a grand piano, and he indicated for me to go up there and sit by the piano and play. And then he sat down, he lit a cigarette, a long cigarette holder, and he blew out the smoke. He was really grand, he was just amazing. And so he said, Miss Weber, play and sing your 20 tunes. So I played and sang my 20 tunes, and at first he chuckled, and then he laughed, and then he really laughed and laughed, and I thought, God, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is good. I thought my stuff was really sexy. Something cool, like June Christie, do you know that stuff?
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was great. But he laughed, I thought, well, this is fun, this is good. Then he got up and he went to the bar, and he got all the people from the bar to come in. And he said, Miss Weber, play and sing your 20 tunes again. So I played and sang my 20 tunes again, and they loved it. They just laughed and applauded and whistled, and I thought, well, this is just more fun than a barrel of monkeys. This is good. So then suddenly Julius got up and he went quickly out to the bar with his back to me, and I had thought he liked me. So I ran after him and I said, Mr. Monk, I also whistle and play the trumpet. I play the trumpet too. And he just went, oh, God. Miss Weber, you have the job, Miss Weber.
Wow.
So I got a job in New York City. And I had to move all my stuff from Illinois and to New York, and I stayed at that funny little hotel until somebody whispered what it was, and I moved. I liked that little place. I'll tell you about that little place. It was nice. So we opened. We got great reviews, and Popsy Whitaker of New Yorker magazine wrote a little thing about me and said Freddie Weber is an up-and-coming comedy star. And I thought, oh boy, I am on my way in a minute here. Love this little beat. Things look swell, things look great. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. Starting here, starting now. Honey, everything's coming up roses. Clear the decks, clear the tracks. We got nothing to do but relax. Blow a kiss, take a bow. Honey, everything's coming up roses for me and for you. I love this beat. Movie stars came in to see our show. Paul Newman came in, Joanne Woodward, Shirley MacLaine, Judy Garland came in. Swear to God. She sat in the front row, and I'm up on the stage singing to Judy Garland. Oh, God. And she was so dear to us. She took us out for hamburgers. So she's so sweet. She was so sweet. It was not too long ago before she died. Anyway, that was a memory. It was great. Who else came in? Ad agencies came in, and it was about the time when they were tired of the gorgeous people, remember, who were doing commercials. They were very thin and gorgeous. They wanted people who looked like people next door, like us. But they wanted people who were funny. So they took the four of us in the Julius Monk show. They put us in every commercial in town. So after a while, I was making quite a bit of money, 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 money makes the world go round. Money, 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 money makes the world go round. All night long, I'm working away in a the show commercials by day. Money, 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 money makes the world go round. I married somebody in the cast. He was the voice of Sugar Bear. He did commercials. Can't get enough of that sugar, Chris. Do you ever remember that cartoon? But he was also the Tidy Bowl man.
Oh.
The little man in the boat rowing around in the toilet. That was my husband. I'm so proud. So I got a show. I got a Broadway show, but we closed in one day. And then I got an off-Broadway musical, Gretchen Cryer, The Last Sweet Days of Isaac, with Austin Pendleton and me. We starred in this thing, and it was really just the two of us in a musical. It was terrific. But I remember during rehearsals, the director came to me and he said, "You've got this great number in the second act. They're going to love it. But right after that, there's a 1 minute dead spot. So we've got to do something, I don't know, punch it up. Do you do flips or somersaults or anything?" I said, "No, I don't. No." He said, "We got to do something, I don't know, different. What could you do?" I said, "Well, I used to play the trumpet in junior high, but I wasn't really very good." He said, "No, that's bad." "Wait, that's so bad, it's good. Let's do that." I said, "Okay, all right." So we got this number that's in the second act, and they really do like it. And so they're clapping like mad, and I leave the stage for a minute because I have to go get this thing. So I leave the stage. And I come back, with this, and people are going, "What? She's doing what?" Successful and funny and making lots of money. I'm something now. Now I know who I am. This is really fun. I just do a commercial and play the trumpet in a show and play the trumpet in a show. I said that. I'm number one in New York City. I made it. I made it. I think I really made it. I'm something now. Now I know who I am. And then it all changed. You ever notice how everything changes? You know that old spiritual joke, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Do you think that's funny? Anyway, I was on top in New York. I really was, you guys. I was really, I think, honest to God, the number one Pete, you're shaking your head. Did you know that? No, you're just being nice. No, but people did know that. I was really good. And it was the one who got all the jobs, you know, and the most money and stuff. And I was used to that. I didn't think that would change, you know, like, duh. But after about 3 years, 3 years, we were that hot. And then somebody else got hot, somebody tall, brunette with a deep voice or something. But I took it hard, because I thought, if I'm not on top, then guess what? I'm on the bottom. I'm through. I'm like my neurosis really kicked in big time there. And the word that was coming to me that I kept pushing away was, "You're nothing." And that was so scary and painful to me. I just started drinking too much, way too much. And my husband and I were having a lot of trouble. So I remember one morning jogging at the reservoir right across the street from where we lived. We lived at the Beresford.
Wow.
Beresford, I know. Anybody? The Beresford. Jesus. Anyway, people who know, they know. So I was hungover, drinking, and like a mess, and terrified, scared to death. So for some reason, I got under a tree and I prayed. I just knelt. Dear God, please help me, and I'm just sobbing, help me. I'm just terrified. Help me. And I thought, I never did this before. What is this? This is stupid, But I got up, blew my nose, and went back to the apartment, told my husband what I did, and God, what's going on with me? He said, I think you should, go on vacation, go to LA, get some sun, go, leave, So I did. I went to LA and got a little hotel room at the Drake. Anybody remember the Drake Hotel? It was $28 a night.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so nice. Anyway, that was many years ago. So I'm feeling better, I'm getting some sun, and a friend of mine called and said, I want to take you to the most spiritual place in town. And I said, great, good. Maybe I'll meet a spiritual movie producer there. That'd be good, get a good job, So I went, and I was late getting there. And it was in West Hollywood. And the doors were closed, but I could hear the singing going on, and I heard this song they were doing, whoever was there, because I was late. Oops. I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. I love myself just the way I am. So in that room, hold on. In that room, when I opened the doors, what I saw was 600 people with AIDS. This was 35 years ago. And Louise Hayes had a hay night every Wednesday, and people with AIDS came. Now Louise had just cured herself of cancer, and she joined the fight in West Hollywood, beginning in West Hollywood, to help, because people were dying, and the people in that room looked like they were going to die, and they did, except one person I know of. You probably know more, I hope. Tom Trim did not die. Did you know Tom? God bless Tom. Yeah. The people looked it. Now, I'm this little pipsqueak, from a comedian from Beardstown, and I'm not used to feelings, and I kept everything away, make everything funny, I'm a comedian, flip it around. And this was shocking, my God. And maybe this is what God wanted, I was So I kind of backed away, and my mouth was open the whole time. I couldn't believe this. And Louise, beautiful, beautiful Louise, said this is a very safe place, and I'm going to pass the microphone around, and you all please share however you want, whatever you want. It is safe. And they did. They took the microphone, and I never heard anything like that. This was real sadness, real anger, real laughter. These were raw emotions. There was no hiding. There was no funny business now. There was no covering. This was real. And I wasn't. And and then Louise said, and now, this went on for about an hour, the sharing. And I kept looking for the door, boy. Louise said, okay, now we're going to sing part of that song again, but y'all, I want you to just hug each other. Go around the room and hug everybody. And when you're getting hugged, feel it. Let yourself feel it, because you deserve it. And so I didn't hug, I mean, my dad didn't hug me. I mean, I wanted that. I didn't even know I wanted it, but no one hugged. Midwest, 40s, 50s, they didn't hug. So I just backed away. I felt myself getting stiffer, and this was way too much. And then this man, this tall, sick-looking man, walked up to me and looked in my eyes, and he had the biggest smile on his face, the most loving smile, and his eyes were just filled with just lights. And I just looked at him, and he raised his arm very slowly, and he just put his arms around me so gently. I never had a hug like that in my life. Oh my God. I felt my armor just melt. And I felt so much love for this stranger. And I just let myself feel it, and oh boy. And then he looked in my eyes again, and there was this light, just light, and so warm. And I just felt it all over my body. And then he very slowly took his arms away, and then he walked around to other people, and he hugged them very gently too. And then Louise said, well, you all, we're going to sing the next song, and then y'all, we're going to go home, but please come back every Wednesday. You can see it's a safe place, and you can share, and we love you here. We love you. And so I went home. I went back to New York the next day. But on the plane, I kept thinking of that room. What was it about that room? I never felt like that in my life. This lift, this love. I didn't even know what the word was, but it was something. Just, my God. And so I went back, and we were not working, and my husband we were having trouble. I was drinking, and we decided to separate. And I thought, what am I going to do? That was even worse, because I thought, if I don't have that title of a wife, I mean, that was solid too, If you don't have that, and you don't have this title, and you don't have that, God, the nothing part started to come so close. So I was like terrified. So I went back to Los Angeles, and I went to Louise Hayes every Wednesday night, and I learned Reiki healing. It's running energy, and and I wanted to be there. I'll do anything: sweep the floor, sing, Reiki healing, anything, volunteer. I joined a 12-step meeting. Not that I needed to. Notice how hard that is to say. Not that I needed to. Oh, all right, I needed to. I started meditating. Marianne Williamson had just started Course in Miracles 3 times a week, and I went to every one of those meetings. So now I'm feeling better, you know, in the sun and this lift of these people and this spiritual, you know. And so I glommed onto that title. I thought, oh, now I'm spiritual. Mary Ann Williamson asked me to start Project Angel Food, please. And God, you know, me of all people, I thought, please, I have no idea. I'm just funny. I don't do this, you know. So I got on my knees. I was really into getting on my knees and praying, you know, because that's what I did in those days. So I just said, God, help me. I don't know. I have a clue what to do here. So what I heard was, get a kitchen. I thought, that's good. No wonder you're God. All right. Okay. So I found one in a 12-step meeting. And the stove didn't, it was a crummy place. You know, the stove didn't work. And I know the screens were all blowing around. It was really bad. But we fixed it up, you know, we painted it. And the volunteers came in every day and they started cooking really wonderful food for people with AIDS because people couldn't get out and get food. So Mary Ann, this was her idea, this was her creation, and it was something, and you should see, I could cry, Project Angel Food today is still here today. We started out with 7 people, I remember, on little stickies. You know, that's how I did it. I was the head of it. And all the clients I had on stickies. God forbid the wind would blow, you know. Today, here in this room, the head of Project Angel Food is here. And how many meals? We served 7 at the time. How many did you serve today?
3,000.
No. And they're expanding. They just bought the building across the street, and they're wanting donations. And you people, I know you've got million in your pocket because they're looking for millions. You know. So, you know, this is the place. This place, you got to go visit. It'll just get you. It's just so wonderful. And if you ever need them, they're there. They are there. It's a beautiful place. And that same kernel of spirituality, that same love that we did that when we were there with stickies and 7 people, still there with serving 3,000. It's an amazing project, and thank you so much, John and Richard, for coming tonight. Jeez.
We love you.
Thank you. So I served people with AIDS and fell in love because we got to know them so well. We celebrated birthdays and they just loved us and we loved them. But you guys, they died. We would be serving a meal and we loved them so much and they died, every one of them. And it was hard. So after 4 years, I left. I thought, I gotta give my notice because this is tough. So now it sounds just crummy to have given my notice, but I did. And I thought, what am I going to do? And I thought, I'll go back into music because that's the only thing I know. So I thought, this time I'll learn 150 songs. You know, again, get it. You know, and I'll learn, I play really good chords. You know, if anybody knows chords, I play good, really good. I don't go blah, 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 but I really good chords. So I did wonderful standards, you know, Our Love Is Here to Stay, It Had to Be You, but really nice. So I thought, I really got excited because I thought, I'll bring God into the bars. No one's ever thought of that. And I'll be darned if I didn't get 4 jobs in Europe, 4 months in Europe. Austria, Switzerland, Germany, and Norway. And 4 months in these really great resort, fancy places, you know. And I thought, I'll have an affair with a Swiss ski instructor. I deserve that. So my first job was in Davos, Switzerland. You've all heard of Davos, Switzerland, right? That's so fancy, you know. And this was so beautiful, beautiful place. So I'm the chanteuse from UCLA, or USA, jazz singer, blonde. They love that, right? So the deal is 250 Germans are behind this door. They're going to open the door and they're going to come in, and the first thing they see is me singing, you know, the blonde from USA, a piano singer. They like that, you know. They're going to love it. So I'm excited, and there's a long table of food. Have you ever been there? God, the food is just amazing, and this was a classy place. So at the very end of this long table of the most gorgeous food I ever saw, there was a chef, white chef hat, you know, very smart, and cutting this beautiful salmon, you know, with sterling silver. Everything was really smart, great. So I'm excited. They open the door, and the deal is I'm the one they see. And so, whoops. And so I begin. So I have to get my keyboard right here. Let's see. No, that's not right. That's right. Okay. Is that right? That's not right. Okay. That's it. I begin. They open the door. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. So nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, darling. I can tell, darling. You're still going, you're still throwing, you're still going strong. I was really into it, you know. Now I'm looking at all their eyes as they come in, because we do that, performers. We look, you know, we look in their eyes and pull the attention, you know. No one was looking at me. I'm the performer. You know, I'm not used to this. I was president of my class. Nobody looked at me. So, you know, we have our ways. So bigger, better, faster, funnier. So I did it this way. That's not right either. Hello, darling. Well, hello, darling. Nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, darling. Tell, darling. You're still glowing, you're still growing, you're still growing. Now, they're looking down at their plates. They're eating. Did I tell you they were all looking at the salmon? Did I say that? I forgot that part? Oh, great. Now they're eating the salmon. So now I have to get off and take a break. I can't do that without applause. You know, gotta have some applause. So here's trick number 17. This always works. Watch this. You pity me. They did not applaud. I know, wow. Who said wow? God bless you. Okay. So I walk through the room. I look fine. I'm fine. I'm happy. That didn't bother me that you didn't applaud. Thank you. So I walk through the room, you know, and I'm fine. I'm busy. I have a place to go, which I didn't, you know, and I'm happy. Everything's fine. Hi, Nick. Thank you for coming. Oh, Mike, hi. How you doing? Hello, everyone. All these are my friends. So I'm going through the room. Nobody says, good job, nice song, guten Abend. Nothing. So I go to my room and I cry. I mean, this is devastating to me. So I have to tell you, and this will surprise you, maybe not. All 4 months were like that. Because the time that I went, the dot-commers were there, all kids who just made a fortune on the internet. And I did some really pretty chords at Autumn in New York and Our Love Is Here to Stay and some nice songs. They wanted Pink Floyd. They wanted the Dead Kennedys. They wanted rock. I didn't do that, you know. They didn't like me. And I'd never not been liked. My God. President of my class. So I spent 4 months in my room meditating and reading spiritual books and going to work every night to people who didn't really like me. That was hard. And I didn't even have an affair with a Swiss ski instructor. And I had the time. So my last month, I was in Norway, and I was really tired, and I wanted to go home so bad. And I got on my knees and I prayed, "Dear God, get me out of here. I hate this." I can talk to God honestly. I hate this, but I'll do it. I mean, if there are more humility lessons to learn, you know how God is. Yeah, God. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. But I just want you to know how I really feel. So I'm going down again. God, here I go. I took a shower and everything. I don't even know why. So I go down again, and I go to this place, Norway. And I begin. Hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. I was beginning to twitch. Nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly. I can tell, Dolly. And this maitre d' that had been there for 2 weeks, God, he was gorgeous. He was tall and blonde. He probably was a Swiss ski instructor. But he didn't speak any English. He didn't look at me, never said a word to me. That night, I'm singing this, and badly too, and he came over, and he leaned across the piano, and he looked really flustered, and he was red in the face, and he tried to speak. He had a hard time. You're feared, he said. I said, pardon? What? Feared. He said, feared. Go.
Oh, fire.
I think I've been feared. I'd never been feared before. I mean, this was called piano singing. I'd been, off Broadway, for God's sake. Anyway, they make you go right away. You can't hang out a little bit. See Europe? Oh no, you gotta get out of there. I didn't know how, so I called Los Angeles, and I called my friends. I'm sobbing. I've been feared. And they got me a ticket somehow, quick. I don't know how they do it. The next day I got a ticket. So I went back to LA on a plane. And I'm crying all the way. This is the worst thing that had ever happened in my little teeny tiny world, So I'm on the plane, and I've got this bag. I had Swiss chocolates for my friends. I had beautiful wrapped, Swiss chocolate. I had 6 of them. And in a bag, I had to carry it. I couldn't pack it, so I carried it. And I'm sobbing on the plane and feeling so bad. And I just kept, looking at that bag. And I opened every one of those. I ate all of those chocolates. All of them. They were good. So I got off the plane, and my friends were there to meet me and took me out for dinner. I couldn't eat, of course. You know, I was bereft. So they took me to my little dark apartment that I didn't give notice or anything. I didn't have anybody come clean, no lights on it, and we didn't have phones at the time like we do now. No phone connected. So I just fell on the floor. You know how you don't want to have a breakdown on the bed or in a chair? No. It has to be on the floor. You want to see the snot and the tears. I mean, I was milking this by now, So I'm crying. And by the fourth day, this word that I had been trying to keep away my whole life came in, and it was like a knife in my heart, and it was, "You're nothing." And I just howled. I'm really milking this now, And I just said, take me now. I thought I would die. Take me, and I wanted to die. Take me now, sob. And you think you'll never stop crying, but you do. You chug down. It may take a year or maybe more, but finally it ends, and it did. And I blew my nose, and I thought, God, I can't believe I'm still alive. I'm alive. And I was hungry, sort of hungry. And the weirdest thing that I noticed was my mind was absolutely still. Now, I didn't know it had been so busy. I didn't know about monkey mind. I thought, how do you live without this going, good, you did good, that was good, oh, that sucked, oh, you're bad, wait, that's awful, not going to do that, get the money, get the guy, get the money. Nothing. I thought, I don't know how you do this. So I just thought, well, I'll just take one moment at a time. There's no directions here. Nothing. Just one step at a time, and this step, and now, and now, and now. And eventually what happened was I started hearing music, and I didn't want to I wasn't going to perform this stuff, but I heard it, and I finally went to a piano and thought, what is this? And I kind of figured it out. It was spiritual music with spiritual words and stuff. And I really liked it. I thought, God, I'm not going to do it for everybody, but boy, good, Fred, I like it, And a Burbank church called after a few months and said, we hear you're doing this spiritual music. You want to come do a song? And I said, no. But I did. And I went and I did it. It was one of the songs I wrote. I think it was Babies Know About God or something. They liked it. And I felt like, gosh, just like I'm the salmon, So what I learned was being nothing was not so bad. And that all of those labels and identities that I thought I had to have, and had to keep and glom onto, were not who I was at all. Not the good ones, and not the bad ones. After a while, I realized that I had now glommed onto the word nothing. It's because it's something. Who are you? I'm nothing. Because you go into a church or someplace where they meditate and they say, how are you? You go, I'm nothing. They go, wow, that's deep. So I realized I had to take my little grimy fingers off that one too. And when you take your little grimy fingers off that one and all of them, I'd like to close with a song I wrote. I'm nothing and no one and nobody too. Just the hole in the flute that the light can come through. And that's what Project Angel Food does. I'm not what you see, and I'm not what I do. Just the hole in the flute that the light can come through. Listen to the music. Listen to the music in your soul. Listen to the music. Listen to the music. Oh, I just want to be in my home that is true. Be the hole in the flute that the light can come through. I just want to be here in service to you. Be the hole in the flute that the light can come through. I wanna be nothing. I wanna be no one. I wanna be nobody too. I just wanna be the hole in the flute that the light can come through.
You want to come up and do another one?
Yeah, I want to say that that guy at Louise Hayes, I just think he changed my life. It was from that time on, man. He touched my soul. And when I said, that I had nothing in my head, the music started coming. I then went to churches all over the country and sang songs that I had written. And it ended up, I went to 850, I did 850 shows.
Wow.
Like this in churches and New Thought churches, That's what I did. And it was like I was so moved to use myself for God. You know. Yeah, a lot of people here know. Bye.